Ladies and gentlemen, successful individuals have uncovered a powerful truth. When you take control of your morning, you take control of your day and ultimately your life. It's a simple concept, yet not easy to implement. If it were easy, everyone would do it. After decades of studying successful people, one key trait stands out. They are early risers. These individuals understand the value of the first few hours of the day, and they protect and maximize that time. They don't waste it scrolling through social media or repeatedly hitting the snooze button. Now, I'm not suggesting you need to wake up at 4 a.m., but the key here is intentionality. It's about starting your day deliberately rather than reacting to it. The exact time you wake up is less important than the habit of rising early enough to give yourself a head start. Why does this matter so much? Waking up early is a declaration. I am in charge of my day, not circumstances or other people's demands. It sets the tone for the day instead of letting the day set the tone for you. Most people live in reactive mode. The alarm goes off, they hit snooze a few times, and then rush through their morning already feeling behind and stressed when they arrive at work. Does that sound familiar? But there's a better way, a way to start your day in creation mode, not reaction mode. You decide what matters most and do that first. You invest in yourself before investing in anything or anyone else. Successful early risers don't just rely on their mornings, they prepare the night before. They lay out their clothes, prepare meals, and review their schedules and priorities. They make sure they get to bed at a reasonable hour, understanding that every late night is a compromise on waking up refreshed and focused. Preparing ahead removes friction from the morning routine, making it easier to succeed. It's about setting yourself up to win from the moment your feet hit the floor. If you don't have a strong reason to wake up early, you won't stick with it. Waking up early can't just be another task on your list. You need a purpose that pulls you out of bed, something exciting enough that makes hitting the snooze button feel like a loss rather than a win. Whether it's quiet time to work on a personal project, time to exercise, or an opportunity to strategize for your business, it must matter deeply to you. No one consistently rises early without a compelling reason. The world is constantly demanding your attention. And that's why beginning your day with intentional stillness is powerful. It could be meditation, prayer, journaling, or simply sitting quietly with a cup of coffee and reflecting on your thoughts. This stillness helps center you, reminding you of what truly matters before the day begins. Many people make the mistake of reaching for their phones first thing in the morning, allowing their minds to be flooded with external demands. Protect those first minutes of your day as they are a precious resource. Moving your body first thing in the morning has a significant impact on your mental state. Whether it's a full workout, a brisk walk, some yoga, or simple stretching, moving your body signals to your brain that you're awake and ready to engage. Exercise in the morning gives you an early win, building momentum that lasts throughout the day. Momentum is critical. Success breeds success, and discipline breeds more discipline. What you consume mentally is just as important as what you consume physically. In those early hours, take time to read something uplifting, educational, or inspirational. Listen to something that challenges your thinking or expands your perspective. The quality of your life is directly related to the quality of your mind, and the quality of your mind depends on the ideas you expose it to. Don't passively consume information. Be intentional with what you allow into your mind. Finally, take time in the morning to plan your day. This ensures that you take control of your day before the demands and distractions of the world start to flood in. Successful individuals understand that controlling your time is essential. If you don't manage your time, someone else will. Without a plan for your day, you become part of someone else's plan. Early mornings offer the perfect opportunity to focus on what matters most and ensure those things receive your best energy and attention. By identifying your most important task and setting priorities, you gain control of your day instead of reacting to whatever comes your way. It's crucial to decide in advance how you'll spend your time. Another key habit is tackling the hardest task first. We all have a limited amount of willpower and focus each day, and for most people, these resources are highest in the morning, diminishing as the day progresses. This is why successful people tackle their most challenging task first. Whether it's making sales calls, working on a difficult project, or having a tough conversation, addressing it first thing in the morning creates momentum. This strategy is often referred to as eating the frog, a concept coined by Brian Tracy. The idea is simple. If you tackle the hardest task first, nothing worse can happen throughout the rest of your day. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds great, but I'm not a morning person. If you've tried waking up earlier before and it hasn't worked, let me assure you, becoming an early riser isn't about personality. It's about strategy, and consistency. It's not about forcing yourself to be someone you're not. It's about intentionally designing your life rather than letting it happen by accident. Start small. If you typically wake up at 7:30 a.m., don't try to wake up at 5 a.m. right away. Instead, try waking up 15 minutes earlier for a week, then another 15 minutes the next week. Gradually, small, consistent changes lead to lasting transformation. Focus on the experience of your mornings, not just the outcome. Make your morning routine something you look forward to. If you love coffee, invest in high-quality coffee and take the time to enjoy it. If you enjoy quiet, create a peaceful space to start your day. If music energizes you, curate a playlist that inspires and motivates you. The goal isn't just waking up early. It's about creating a morning routine that puts you in the best position to create the life you want instead of just reacting to what happens to you. I have a story about my friend John that illustrates this well. John used to feel rushed and stressed every morning. He hit the snooze button multiple times, rushed through his shower, skipped breakfast, and barely made it to work on time, already exhausted. One day, John realized this wasn't the way he wanted to live, so he committed to waking up just 30 minutes earlier. The first few days were difficult, but he stuck with it. With those 30 extra minutes, John was able to shower without rushing, enjoy a proper breakfast, and even read something inspiring. After a few weeks, he decided to wake up an additional 30 minutes earlier. Now he had a full hour in the morning. He added exercise to his routine, starting with just 20 minutes of movement. Surprisingly, instead of feeling tired, he had more energy. A few months later, John had completely transformed his mornings. He woke up at 5:30 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. and now had time for exercise, reading, planning his day, and enjoying a healthy breakfast. This shift didn't just change his mornings, it had a profound effect on the rest of his life. He was no longer rushing and stressed, but instead was more productive and better prepared for the day. His health improved, his relationships grew stronger, and he even received a promotion at work. All of this stemmed from the simple decision to wake up 30 minutes earlier. While I'm not promising that waking up earlier will guarantee a promotion or a complete transformation in your life, I am suggesting that the way you start your day has a powerful impact on how the rest of your day unfolds. Over time, how your days unfold is how your life unfolds. Another significant benefit of waking up early is building self-trust. Every time you set an alarm and get up when it rings, you're keeping a promise to yourself. You prove that you are someone who follows through, which builds confidence and self-respect. This self-trust carries over into every other area of your life. Many people break promises they make to themselves, like starting a diet on Monday or saving money next month. Each time you break a promise to yourself, you erode your self-trust a little more. Waking up early and following through on that commitment is a simple yet powerful way to start building trust with yourself. Waking up early is not just about starting your day, it's an opportunity to strengthen the self-trust muscle every single day. Each time you wake up early, you prove to yourself that you can follow through on your commitments, that you can rely on yourself. This is an incredibly powerful habit to cultivate. Additionally, early rising brings with it the compound effect, a concept Darren Hardy explores in his book. The idea is simple but profound. Small, consistent actions, when maintained over time, lead to massive results. For example, if you dedicate just 30 minutes each morning to reading, it may seem like a small commitment, but over the course of a year, that adds up to 182.5 hours, roughly 9,125 pages, which equates to about 36 books. This is knowledge you'll have gained that others who may not make time for reading won't. Consider the knowledge gap this creates over time. Think about how much more informed and prepared you'll be compared to those who read little or none at all. This same effect applies to exercise. If you dedicate just 20 minutes a day to movement, that adds up to over 121 hours of exercise in a year. It will show in your energy levels, physical fitness, and overall health. The compound effect of early rising means small, consistent investments of time made at the start of each day can over months and years create an extraordinary life. It's important to note that the goal isn't to fill every moment of your early morning with activity. You don't want to create a high-pressure productivity machine rushing from one task to the next. The beauty of early mornings is that they provide spaciousness. They offer room to breathe, think, and simply be. It's important to keep your mornings simple, meaningful, and restorative, rather than depleting. Some mornings, the most productive thing you can do might simply be sitting quietly and reflecting. Other mornings, it could be moving your body. Ultimately, the goal is to listen to yourself and determine what you need most each day. Let me share the story of Sarah, a young mother who was constantly overwhelmed and exhausted. She felt like she had no time for herself as she was always tending to the needs of her family, work, and clients. After hearing about the power of early rising, Sarah decided to give it a try. She began waking up at 5:30 a.m., an hour before her children, and used that time for herself. Sometimes she would read, sometimes exercise, and other times just enjoy a quiet cup of coffee. That hour became transformative. Instead of starting her day already feeling depleted, she began her day from a place of fullness. She had given to herself first, so she had more to give to others. This shift made her more patient, present, and joyful with her family. She also found that she was more productive at work, even though she was technically working fewer hours. This is the paradox of early rising. By sacrificing a bit of comfort and sleep, you actually gain more time and energy, which makes you more effective throughout the day. However, waking up early isn't always easy. Some mornings, your bed will feel incredibly inviting, and your mind will offer convincing reasons to hit the snooze button. Those are the mornings that truly matter. Those are the moments when your character is shaped. It's on those mornings that you prove to yourself what you're made of. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it, especially when you don't feel like doing it. Anyone can wake up early when they feel motivated, but the real test is waking up early when motivation is absent. During these moments, lean on your systems and habits, not just your feelings. This is why preparing the night before is so crucial. This is why having a compelling reason to wake up early is so important. They help carry you through when willpower alone isn't enough. Finally, there's another essential component to early rising that often gets overlooked: the evening routine. How you end your day has a significant impact on how you begin the next one. If you're staying up late, watching stimulating shows, scrolling through social media, or working up until bedtime, you're setting yourself up for poor sleep and a difficult morning. Successful early risers have a wind-down routine. They slow down and quiet their minds well before bedtime. They might read something light, take a warm bath, do some gentle stretching, or practice relaxation techniques. These evening habits help set the stage for a productive, peaceful morning. Successful early risers know that quality sleep is just as important as waking up early. They avoid screens, caffeine, alcohol, and heavy meals close to bedtime, understanding that the two, waking up early and getting enough sleep, go hand in hand. You can't consistently rise early and be productive if you're exhausted from poor sleep. So if you're serious about becoming an early riser, you must also be serious about becoming an early to bed person. Just as you are intentional about your morning routine, be just as thoughtful about your evening routine. A common objection I often hear when talking about early rising is, but I'm naturally a night owl. My brain works better in the evening. I'm more creative and productive at night. Here's what I have to say about that. Our bodies and brains are adaptable. They respond to the routines and environments we create. If you've spent years being a night owl, your body and brain have adjusted to that pattern, but that doesn't mean you can't adapt to a new one. Research shows that only a small percentage of people are biologically hardwired to be night owls. For most people, it's more about habit and lifestyle than biology, and habits can be changed. Try early rising for 30 days. Give your body and brain time to adjust. You may find that you're more creative, more productive, and more energetic in the morning than you ever imagined. Another objection I hear often is about weekends. What about weekends? Surely we can sleep in then, right? My answer might surprise you. I recommend some flexibility on weekends or days off. The key is consistency during your work week. This is when the structure of early rising benefits you most. On weekends, it's okay to wake up an hour later than usual. However, I wouldn't suggest sleeping in for hours, as that could disrupt your body's natural rhythm and make Monday morning harder. The most important thing is intentionality. Are you sleeping in because it's what your body and mind truly need? Or are you doing it out of habit, laziness, or a lack of purpose? The difference matters. One more benefit of early rising that we haven't discussed yet is the opportunity for mastery and personal growth. Early morning hours are ideal for developing skills, pursuing passions, and engaging in deliberate practice. Maybe you've always wanted to write a book but can never find the time. Those early hours are your solution. Even just 30 minutes of focused writing each morning adds up to 182.5 hours per year, which is enough time to write a book. Whether you want to learn a language, master an instrument, develop a new skill, or start a business, early mornings give you the uninterrupted time you need to make meaningful progress. Many people claim they don't have time for their passions and dreams, but the truth is we all have the same 24 hours. The difference is in how we allocate those hours and how intentionally we use them. When you rise early, you create time that most people don't have. You're giving yourself an edge. an advantage that allows you to make progress in ways others cannot. You're creating space for mastery and growth that the average person who sleeps until the last possible moment simply doesn't have. Moreover, the mindset of an early riser is the mindset of a winner. It's the mindset of someone who understands that extraordinary results require extraordinary discipline. It's the mindset of someone willing to do what others won't do in order to have what others won't have. This mindset will extend into every other area of your life. Once you've mastered the discipline of early rising, what other disciplines might you master? Once you've experienced the benefits of this one positive habit, what other habits might you develop? This is how extraordinary lives are built, not through grand, dramatic gestures or one-time decisions, but through small, consistent disciplines practiced daily over time. The early morning hours are like a laboratory for the rest of your life, a training ground for your character. They offer a daily opportunity to strengthen your willpower, clarify your priorities, and invest in your growth. So, how do you get started? Here's a simple, practical plan. First, decide on your wake-up time. Be realistic but ambitious. If you currently wake up at 7:30 a.m., aiming for 5 a.m. right away is probably setting yourself up for failure. Instead, try waking up at 7 a.m. for a week, then 6:30 a.m. the next week, and so on. Second, calculate your bedtime based on your wake-up time. Most adults need between 7 and 8 hours of sleep. If you plan to wake up at 6 a.m., you should aim to be asleep by 10 or 11 p.m. at the latest. Third, design your evening routine. Consider what you will do in the hour before bed to prepare for a restful night's sleep and a successful morning. Maybe your evening routine involves laying out your clothes, preparing your breakfast, reviewing your schedule for the next day, taking a warm shower, reading something light, or practicing gentle stretching or relaxation techniques. These small actions help set the stage for the following day and prepare you mentally and physically for success. Then, design your morning routine. What will you do in those early hours to ensure a productive and successful day? Remember the 7 disciplines we discussed. Prepare the night before, have a compelling reason, start with stillness, move your body, feed your mind, plan your day, and do the hardest thing first. The next step is to implement your plan and track your progress. Use a simple habit tracker or journal to record when you go to bed, when you wake up, and how you feel. Look for patterns. What's working, what's not working, adjust as necessary. It's also important to find accountability. Share your early rising goal with someone who will support you and hold you accountable, whether that's a spouse, a friend, a colleague, or a coach. Better yet, find someone who will join you in the challenge. As you continue your journey, make sure to celebrate your wins. When you successfully wake up early and complete your morning routine, acknowledge it and take pride in your accomplishment. Let yourself feel good about it. Positive reinforcement will help make the habit stick. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. There will be days when you oversleep or when your routine gets disrupted. That's okay. What matters is how you respond to those setbacks. Don't let one bad day turn into 2. Don't let one slip turn into a slide back into old habits. Every morning is a fresh opportunity to recommit to your goal, a new chance to strengthen the habit of early rising. I want to leave you with this thought. Your life is the sum total of your choices, not just the big dramatic ones, but the small, seemingly insignificant choices you make every day. The choice to hit the snooze button or rise with purpose. The choice to begin your day reactively or proactively. The choice to invest in yourself first or immediately give your time and energy to others. These choices may seem small at the time, but when multiplied over time, they create your life, determine your outcomes, shape your character, and influence your impact. So make the choice today to become an early riser. Claim those golden hours for yourself. Start your day with intention, not reaction. Set yourself up to win before the rest of the world is awake. It won't always be easy. Few worthwhile things are. But I promise you this, it will be worth it. The discipline of early rising, practiced consistently over time, will transform not just your mornings, but your entire life. Set that alarm, prepare that evening routine, design your morning ritual, and when the alarm rings tomorrow morning, remember, this is not just about waking up earlier. It's about waking up to the life you're capable of creating. It's about rising to your potential. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. The morning is waiting for you. The question is, will you show up for it? Thank you.